DivestUvic is a campaign advocating for the University of Victoria to divest its money from the fossil fuel industry while simultaneously creating a student movement to take on climate change. We began the campaign in 2013, and 7 years later we are still calling on the university to divest its approximately $60 million that it has invested in the fossil fuel industry.
The UVic Board of Governors controls the university's short-term investments valued at $20 million. On January 28th at the UVic Senate chambers, the Board of Governors will be voting on whether or not to divest the university's short-term investments from the fossil fuel sector. After 7 years of negotiations and advocacy, it is time for UVic to take responsibility for their investments and show that they are accountable to their students and staff, who have voted overwhelmingly in favor of divestment.
This vote is important. It's the best chance Divest has had in a long time to achieve divestment from fossil fuels. Divestment, often referred to as negative screening, is deliberately moving your money away from unethical companies. Each act of divestment helps take back power from the fossil fuel industries and helps create a mandate for our leaders to take necessary climate action.
The Board of Governors is considering other investment strategies in an attempt to greenwash or make it seem like they're being responsible and taking the climate crisis seriously. One of the options they're considering is impact investing. Impact investing would mean that they would keep their same holdings with no standards for the quality of the companies that they're investing in, while also pledging a little bit towards environmentally responsible initiatives. Their fossil fuel investments would then undermine the impact that they're trying to make. This is why it's so crucial that UVic chooses full divestment.
The Board of Governors has repeatedly stalled on holding a vote on their short-term investment strategy. In September 2019, DivestUvic was told by the board that the vote would be held in November 2019, but the board then decided to push the vote into the new year. DivestUvic has negotiated extensively with the board in an attempt to secure a vote on their short-term investment strategy. Demonstrations and direct action on campus are a result of the board repeatedly refusing to vote on divestment in spite of these negotiations.
This semester is a crucial time for students to stand with us and demand nothing less than full divestment from fossil fuel extraction, refinement, and transportation companies. This vote is the best chance that we've ever had.
In the time that UVic has wasted time pushing back the vote, many institutions have responded to student voices and divested massive amounts of money in the fossil fuel industry. It is time for UVic to follow the lead of other divested or partially divested universities such as Laval, Concordia, UBC, and a large proportion of the universities in the UK. As long as UVic's loyalties lie in fossil fuels, our university is lagging behind in the movement of institutional change for sustainability.
This is a critical movement for divestment and for our future. We need institutional change to ensure that we can achieve a carbon-neutral future that respects the rights which Indigenous peoples have held over their unceded territories since time immemorial. And that only begins with our universities making the change. We need to continue to press UVic as students to ensure that they keep pushing this issue because it cannot get left behind. Let's make this university something we can be proud of. This January, on the 28th, the UVic Board of Governors have finally agreed to vote on changing their short-term investment strategy as a direct result of students continually holding the governors accountable. Let's make one last big final push! Yeah!
If you also believe that UVic should divest its $60 million it has in the fossil fuel industry, here's how you can help. You can join us and come to a meeting and help us plan and organize all of the direct actions and events that we have going on all across campus. On January 28th, we're going to be having a rally in front of the University Center at 11 a.m. while the Board of Governors votes on whether or not it would like to divest. This is such a crucial time for UVic to vote on divestment, and on January 28th, if they don't vote to divest, we're going to have something to say about it.